Hello and welcome to another video. This time we are talking about wrist sizes and watch sizes and how to measure your wrist properly and what size of watch to wear, something that is ideal for your wrist size. Now, first thing before I begin, I want to mention that you should wear what is comfortable for you and what you like. So don't worry too much about all the watch snobs saying this is too big, this is too small, whatever. If it's comfortable for you and you like it, just go for it. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's your money, your wrist, your watch. I've not come across anyone in my life, I'm 42 years old, who has said that a watch looks too big or too small on me. Never. Maybe my mother said that the F91W looks small, but even this looks fine as far as I can tell. So I have a selection of different sizes here. We have the F91W, then there is my rotary skeleton. As you can see, it's been sitting in a box, so not moving. The Casio Enticer VD001. This one I forgot the number, but it's another Enticer model. MRW 200H, and this is a infantry company watch. I told the exact model or something. So yeah, infantry company. So yes, military style watch, big. So let's get this started. So basically, also I have this one here, which is a sort of outlier, the DW291. So it's different shape, I guess. The majority of the watches are rounded, and you'll see other shapes as well. And the sizes that I've seen range anywhere from 35 to 45, 46. Usually, most of them sit around the 40, 39, 40, 42-inch diameter. Now, the watchmakers, they tend to measure across, including the crown. So, for example, this one here, if you go online and you see the description, they give you the thing like this. So this would be a 45 dial. Okay, and something like this would be about 37, 38 maybe. So about 39 with the crown, 39.4. Although if you take out the crown, it is much smaller. Now you may notice some watches there is a bit of dial and a lot of bezel. Some watches there's more dial, like this one here or this one here. So this also plays into how the watch looks. For example, these two here, these are about the same size, but this one has a wider strap, slimmer strap. It's a black dial, white dial. So, and also the bezel is gold here, which makes it look much bigger. And in reality, they are much similar in size. All right, so first up, you need to measure your wrist. So I would say take a sort of measuring tape, like an old tailor's tape, and just measure your wrist. Now I'll also mention something that I consider this method to be inaccurate. I don't think people should be using these anymore because I don't see the logic with this one. So just measure your wrist like this, and you can see here for me it is about 17 centimeters, which is roughly a little more than 6.5 inches, so about 6.7. However, I think the more important measurement is the width of your wrist, so this part here. And the reason for that is this is where the watch, the dial, the face of the watch will sit. And wrist shapes come in different sizes and different shapes. So for me, if you see here, maybe I'm a little more chunky here. Some people are much flatter, so they may be skinny, but the width of the wrist might be more. So, and the watch will sit differently. So maybe even if they have like a smaller wrist, the watch may sit better. So this measurement up top here, I think is what we should be looking at, because that corresponds to the lug to lug of the watch. So again, if you have something like a caliper, just go across and see what you get. So if you see here, I'm getting around 52 and a bit. 52. So let's call it 52 here for the sake of argument. Now, in order to see how that works, I'll take the biggest watch here, this one. You can see here the lugs are curving in quite a bit. This also helps if a watch is big and you don't have particularly big, I guess, arms. So this one here, you'll see it's about 49. So let me show you how it looks on the wrist. This one has done very well for me. It's lasted well. So you can see here, it just fills the entire wrist with this one. So you can see there is a little bit of gap here. You can see the strap. Now, if the lugs are hanging off the side, then it is too big. Again, if you like that, it's not a problem, go for it. But when you wear it and you can see a little bit of strap around the side and the lugs are not sort of going over the width of your wrist, then that is good. Now this one is also a little bit thick as well, so it has that big watch look. But like I said, it's not much bigger than either of these. So this is how it looks on my wrist, 17 centimeters again. So this is about the maximum I like to wear. Now, there's also another thing that I would like to say is weight also makes a big difference, at least for me. So if a watch is big but not too heavy, that is fine. So something like this, not the conventional shape of watch normally, but let's put this on if I can. And these are more sort of sporty, the G-Shock style watches. This is not a G-Shock, but it's kind of similar, I guess. So here, you can see here, it fits the width of the wrist nicely. The strap is designed and curved. It is actually a very comfortable watch, very lightweight. I think this is about 63 grams. Very, very nice watch. I'm really, really impressed by how good it looks and how good it feels on your wrist. So even if you may consider this big, I think this is ideal. And even if you have a slightly smaller wrist than mine, you should have no problems, because how hard this thing curves around, you'll feel very comfortable wearing this. Now, for me, the ideal shape of the watch, depending on the style. Now, okay, let's actually talk about the style of watch. So you have your dress watch style watches like this one or this one. You have the digitals like this. You have more sporty style watches like these. This is more of your field watch, you could say, military style. So it depends on the watch. Now you have divers watches, pilots watches, field watches. These are meant to be bigger. So if they are huge, it's basically what they are supposed to be because of their use cases. Dress watches are generally the ones that most people talk about, and they are the ones where all these measurements I think apply the most, because um, they need to be a little more subtle. They don't need to be too chunky. If it's an automatic, maybe 12 millimeters. If it's more, then it will be too big. Dive watches can get away with being very thick and very heavy. And of course, you also have the strap or the bracelet, the metal bracelet, that can also make a big difference. Now, personally, for me, I've noticed that weight is a much more important factor than the size of the watch. Now, these watches, as I said, this one, as you've seen, is the biggest watch I have. And even this is within the confines of my wrist. It is big, but still within that. So anything bigger than this, I'm unlikely to wear, but if I find something that I just like too much and it's not too heavy, I may consider it. So something like this, for example, this is what I call the ideal ideal size for me. So let me actually take out the straps just to show you what I mean. So I am going to change the straps on this one. This comes with like a very synthetic, cheap leather straps, not real leather at all. So yeah, let me just take that off. All right, so I've taken out the straps for this one, and just wanted to show you what I mean by dimensions and how it should sit on your wrist. So have a look at this. This is basically what you want. The dial and the lugs to sit within the confines of your wrist. You can see there is a bit of wrist here, bit of wrist here. And so for me, this size is what I would say is ideal as far as a dress watch is concerned. So if we see the measurements here, I think this is about a 46, I think. Yeah. You can see here, this is about 46. So this is what is ideal for me. Now, if you have a wider wrist, you can go a little more. As I said, my width of my wrist is 52. So anything under 52 would be okay, but a few millimeters like this, 47, 46, is what I think is ideal. And that is how you go about finding out the right size watch for you. Again, like I said, your personal preference, how you like wearing your watches is totally up to you. If you like big watches, big sort of pilot Navitimer style watches, or Panerai or stuff like that, go for it. As long as you enjoy it, it's comfortable, you don't mind, go for it. It's not a problem because those watches are quite big. Like Panerai, I think they're 44, 47. Even Casio has like a similar Navitimer style watch. I've seen, I think it's like a 47 diameter and 52 lug to lug. So I could like wear it. It would be like pushing the limits of my wrist. But yeah, if it's not too heavy, I wouldn't mind if I like the look of it. So for me, looks are important. Comfort is important, and comfort includes the strap, the um, basically the weight as well, and then yeah, size is like a secondary thing. So yeah, let me know what you think and how big of a watch you like wearing. So this is a 37, this is a 39, this is a without the crown, this is a 43, with the crown is 45. Similarly, this is also 43 without the crown. This one I haven't checked. Let's see. This is a 43, I believe, but with the crown it should be more. Yeah, another 45. So by all measurements, these are 45. So if me with my slightly more than 6.5 inch wrist can wear these, I think most people should be fine if you have slightly larger, and mine is on the smaller side, my wrist. So yeah, these are usually what you'll find in the market. Again, a few exceptions, there might be some bigger watches. I've seen Fossil tends to make some big watches. So I've been thinking of getting a Fossil, but I've been hesitating due to that. But yeah, if they provided proper sizing on Amazon or other websites, it would make my life a lot easier. But what they do is they put a credit card next to it and say size. So it's hard to judge, and they'll say 48 millimeter size. Is it lug to lug? Is it case diameter? Is it including the crown? They don't provide all of that. So that makes it a little harder and a bit more risky when you're ordering online. But generally, I've not had an issue. Most of them have come out to be okay size wise. Nothing has ever been too big or too small when I've ordered something. So anyway, hopefully this was useful. Let me know what you think and what sizes you prefer wearing. I've seen in India generally people still like wearing big dials. I've seen a lot of pictures where actually the watch looks too big on the guy's hand, but they say it's small or something like that. So that's not surprising. But yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts on this. Thank you for watching if you did, and see you next time.